What's up, my peoples? This is YaHuWaH's life. Want to give praise, honor, and esteem to the Most High and the Most High only, and His name is YaHuWaH. Uh, Want to do a short video, things that's on my mind. Um, Here lately, I've been, you know, thinking about some stuff, thinking about some things in my past, thinking about some things I can't take back, but and I've been, you know, going through some things mentally, some mental challenges per se, as I try to keep everything in front of me, and as I try to fulfill, you know, everything that the Most High is lining up for me. Um, you see the title of the video, accountability, and just want to do this video, uh, letting you guys know that I do feel accountable for. Well, I don't feel accountable. I am accountable. I hold myself accountable for the videos I did when I was a Christian. And the only way to undo some of that is to, once you have wisdom, knowledge, understanding of what the truth is and what direction the Father is pointing you in, then you have to, share that information. You know what I'm saying? That's, the Father, he talks about in Ezekiel, when a person is righteous, you know what I'm saying, but he turns to sin, the righteousness of that person is thrown out the window. But when a person is wicked and he repents and turns to righteousness, the Father can easily forgive that person. And so the way things have happened in my life over the course of my life is when I was wrong about some stuff and I found out that I was wrong about it, or I finally admitted that I was wrong about it, I would go back and try to make what's right from the wrong. And that's all I do in my videos now. You know what I'm saying? I try to make what's right from the wrong of telling everybody that they should be praising and worshiping first Jesus, and then secondly Yahushua. What the Father says matters, y'all. I mean, you got, various places in the Tanakh, and some people, the Tanakh is the Hebrew scriptures, the Hebrew Bible. And some people, some of us use the word Old Testament, use the term Old Testament as well. I'm gonna get away from Old Testament, all right? Because if you, in my thought process, if we regularly call on the Old Testament, then that must mean that there must be a New Testament. And I'm getting away from that because I don't believe that New Testament is from the Most High. And don't get me wrong, he sent it down here, but it ain't to do what people think it is to do. Christianity is the biggest religion, but we know that the Father's only going to save a remnant of his people. And his people is Israel. And you can, other people, other religions, well, not religions, other cultures can become Israel, but they have to put their old culture away. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to talk about that. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge that. But the Father just kind of showed me that, I have to be accountable for some of that stuff I put out there. That was talking about Christianity. But here's the whole thing right here. If a person is humble, and a person is really looking at getting this thing right and is not ashamed of being responsible for his actions and responsible for his words, then it's not hard to do. Yeah, I left most of my old videos up because, you know, I don't mind people seeing, where I aired at. And the other thing that comes with accountability is when a person can't admit or won't be accountable for what they've done. All right, you got other ministries out here that's one of the problems that they have with us, is because they're not willing to hold themselves accountable for being wrong. Me, myself, and those like me, we've openly acknowledged, for whatever reason, the Father, allowed us to do the previous videos in a different belief, with a different mindset. But when the Father moved us into His truth, we had to make a course correction. We had to make changes. All right, we had to adapt. We had to readjust. So that's what we doing now. So we making the proper adjustments to get in better alignment with the Most High. All right, the Most High is our Savior. The Most High is our King. All right, the Most High is our deliverer, our redeemer. He brings the good to us. He brings the evil to us. He blesses us. He chastises us. All right? We can't get away from it. Nobody can get away from it. All right? It rains on the just and the unjust alike. All right? But the Father is going to take care of those that's in His bosom. All right? And there is no... See, a lot of people want to treat that New Testament like it's the get out of jail free card. All right, the salvific son that's in there, that most of the world a lot of the world wants to believe in. He's the get out of jail free card. I can confess with my mouth and believe in my heart, and I'm saved by this character. But the Father set up a whole nother set of rules that contradicts that idea. The Father set those rules up saying that you have to do this, and this, all right, to receive my blessings and to receive my protection and receive my the things that I have for you. All right, I'll put you in the land, but you got to do this while you're in the land. All right, I'm gonna kick you out of the land because you didn't do what I said. The Father's words come with a whole bunch of terms and conditions that humanity is not willing to receive. And so the Father, not finding very many that are willing to follow his rules, decided to allow all these different religions to invade humanity. And at the end of the day, he said, if you guys will go read my words, you'll understand what I do accept and what I don't accept. All right? And once you find out the stuff that I do accept and I don't accept, if you was in some of that stuff that I don't accept, you accountable for that. But I will forgive you for it. And that's how that works. I've decided to take accountability, all right, for my actions, my words, my videos, my responses, all right? And I mean, that's what I've been doing as I've been putting these videos out all this year, is the stuff that I put out that was inaccurate, that had some inaccuracies. Now I'm putting out stuff that's more accurate. And there'll be some more information that I come into in the future, that the Father shows me, and where I can share that information with y'all. I'll have other opinions, all right? There will be other times where I talk about things that people might not agree with me on. All right, like racism. I'm gonna talk about that in the future. I don't know when, but I'm gonna talk about racism in the future because it ain't what a lot of people think it is. Now, a lot of people like to throw that word around because they want to censor the truth, especially emotional people. Emotional people want to use these catchphrases created by the media and catchphrases created by world governments and stuff to trigger people. Not only to trigger people though, but to censor them, to censor the truth. All right. Race wouldn't even be a thing if certain people hadn't created it. All right. If you go by the biblical record, the Tanakh and the Hebraic scriptures, if you go by that, you see a bunch of bloodlines. All right. You see a bunch of different cultures that the father either was peaceful with or the father was at war with and the father hated. All right. It's cultures and bloodlines. I don't see a lot of color in the scriptures. Don't get me wrong though. It's color in there. You know what I'm saying? Solomon said my skin is black upon me, so it's color in there. But at the end of the day, and here's another thing that a lot of people won't take accountability for the truth like that. Like, we know that all the different shades of color that the human race can be, they can only come from black. What, am I racist for saying that? If it's the truth? If I say that white is the absence of color and black is the fullness of color, am I wrong for saying that? Am I racist? I don't understand. But here's another thing. All right, if I was wrong for saying that you should believe in Jesus, all right, what does that make? That makes me a heretic because I say I'm wrong for believing in the salvific son. That makes me a heretic. Why is racism worse than heresy? All right, some people make racism worse than heresy, and it don't make no sense. Some people make racism worse than genocide. And when I say genocide, the killing of a race. What's the most, I want to say this to where the video ain't flagged because there's some emotional people out there that wear they feelings on their sleeve. The most killed, what is the most killed child pregnancy babies in the world? If you go look at the numbers, or I'll say in America, all right, by proportion, the black child is killed more in the womb than any other race. Am I racist for saying that? Am I wrong for saying that? For just putting information out there and having a concern for that? Because if that continues, we gonna dwindle down. The people that look like me gonna dwindle down to nothing. So, hey, I want people to be accountable for their actions and their words. At the end of the day, all we got is who we are and what we say. All right? Accountability. There's nothing wrong with people being accountable for their actions and their words. If we was wrong about a salvific son, be accountable for that and own that stuff. Now, it's a lot of people out there that's not going to own it. We finding that out right now. People they done took us to task, took us to war with them because we changed our position on believing in a salvific son. And now they creating their content based off us. All right? They don't want to hold them own selves accountable that they got it wrong. And the Father allowed that to happen to us to see who the humble ones would be. All right? To see which ones of us would actually search out for him. See, I fear only the Most High. I know He the one that can knock me out this world. He can flatline me any which way He wants to at any time. All right, and most people will acknowledge that the Most High can take somebody out whenever and however He like. But what they won't acknowledge is if you're in righteousness, and if you're doing things the way the Most High wants you to do them, that He can also protect you in those righteous acts, in that lifestyle that you live in, that where you have changed according to what He has shown you. I'm taking accountability for the things I've done and said, all right, in my life, in my past, and on this channel. And I challenge everyone to take accountability for the things that they've done in their past and on their channels. All right. At the end of the day, we all gonna have to answer for what we've done and what we've said. What I believe the difference between me and others is I can't be saved by a middleman. Either the Father gonna save me or He ain't. Either the Father gonna save you or He ain't. Much love, y'all. Whenever I get information that's relevant and that's pertinent, I'll share it. But I ain't got all the answers. Shalom.